just driven from Austin, Texas to the Outer Banks, North Carolina in 2 days. Not here with Nala, who's following me. We're at the Roanoke Island entrance. There's some really big birds out here in the water that I've never seen before. And there's a bunch of smaller ones too. We normally come in the summer, so it's new to be here in the spring. But I'm gonna explore a little bit, I guess.
The Pea Island Nature Preserve has lots of different wildlife that you can see year-round. You can get the sea turtles on the ocean side, the ospreys, the snow geese that are there in the winter and the spring. We just missed the snow geese migration. They had left just a few weeks before we'd gotten there. We've never seen the snow geese, but it would have been really cool to have gotten to see them. But it was a beautiful day. It was very cold and very windy, but we were going to go out for a hike. It was my mom's 60th birthday, so we went on a little family adventure.
Okay, go.
I wonder what's in here. I see brambles.
We hiked up to the lookout tower at the end of the trail, and unfortunately we didn't see any wildlife, and it was very cold, very windy, so we didn't stay very long. That night we went to a restaurant called the Pamlico Cafe, and they did a bourbon tasting menu. It was my mom's birthday, so we sang happy birthday to her, the whole restaurant did, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of bourbon was served, and overall it was a wonderful night. That next morning, it was time to pack up and head to my next destination. So I drove from the Outer Banks of North Carolina all down the East Coast, and we were heading to Savannah, Georgia for St. Patrick's Day. And I don't know if you know this, but the celebration in Savannah, Georgia for St. Patrick's Day is very chaotic, very crazy, and lots of people come into town for it. It's a big tourist attraction, but they close down all of the streets downtown to cars, and people just walk drunk in the streetways. After people watching on River Street, which is directly downtown Savannah, I made the trip a little bit more towards the center of the city and hear all the people walking in the street. Got some food at this place here, very crowded. And then the next day we drove down to Jesup, Georgia for a wedding. This is our wedding party. One of my buddies who was in the Army got married, and it was a wonderful, wonderful ceremony and a lot of fun. And I'm really glad that I got to go. Our next destination was Miami, Florida, so I drove down through Melbourne, Florida, stopped at this really cool state park called the Sebastian Inlet State Park, and there were dolphins right off this fishing bridge. I don't think I got any good videos. Nala was not too sure about this bridge. She did not like the sound of the ocean whatsoever. It was also a very windy, very wavy day, so the water was a little bit angry, but the water was a beautiful color. It was a beautiful day. It was a nice 80 degrees. It was beautiful in the lagoon, clear water. Really wish that I could have swam. Then we finally got to our hotel the next day in Miami, and we stayed in downtown Miami and found a fun dog-friendly beach for Nala to go chill at. It was very warm, so I kept her hydrated. It was cool to see the cruises come in and out. I've never seen boats that big that actually carry people. I've only seen the Savannah shipping cargoes. Then we went down to the Florida Keys for our final destination of the trip before making the turnaround back towards Texas. Nala went kayaking for the first time, and we definitely got lost.
We're just avoiding our problems in a kayak in the Florida Keys. Seems like a good way to do it.
After a quick early dinner, it was time to turn around and start the drive back to Texas. See you next time on our next adventure.